Stop. My name is Duong, and I'm usually goes by Danny. I'm studying design for digital media at IMIT. Yes, in Vietnam especially, and actually even in developed country, people who often thinks really badly when they see you going into psychologist's office, especially in Vietnam. They would label you mad most of the time. So that put a stigma in it, and that is what I want to eliminate here.
Regarding to WHO, around 20% of people who are suffering with mental health problems. Nowadays, we had five main mental ill that people often mention. The first is depression, the second anxiety, the third one about psychotics, personal disorder, and then a substance abuse disorder.
Long-term depression is something that I have to build up over time. It's something that's always there. It never go away. Even at the peak of your happiness, it never goes away. Like during the depression period is when you get like really low in term of emotion and in term of mentality, and at that point your body and your mind cannot cope with that level of stress anymore, and you have a kind of breakdown. Extreme anxiety is actually a progressive kind of pattern. When you get triggers and you keep thinking about it, and it kind of build up, and at some point when it go over your stress limit, then you start entering a very anxious and panic state. I was this kind of last born child who basically follow what my parents told me. At the same time, I had an older sister who was what my parents want to be the role model for me, and would often compare what I can do, what I could do with what she could do. My family, they have very little knowledge of what I'm doing or what I'm going through. I have taken online tests. I have looked up the symptom of my own mental illness for many years before I even moved here, and I have known that I had OCD and depression and extreme anxiety for a very long time. The thing about it is that most of the time you feel helpless against that, especially when you are alone. It was many years ago, over 10 years ago, actually. Well, it's when you feel like you are so vulnerable that you are ready to accept the fact that you are going to die, and you are ready to make that happen. I have attempted suicide twice, and both times I was discovered by my friends, and they brought me to the hospital, and yeah, like literally, they were the one who kept me alive. Meditation is one of the key tools to bring my mood into a more stable state. Well, climbing was the most official tool that I got. So as gaming and drawing.
The other things that he started to do now is looking to maximise opportunities for others. The first stage of this is to invite students with mental health conditions to come into Vertical Academy and do some rock climbing. For him, he's explained to me that that's one of the biggest things that has helped him to overcome his depression and his anxiety and all the other feelings.
The reason why I joined the Wellbeing Ambassador program, there are several factors. First is my experience with the well-being, especially the equitable learning service itself, and that helped me a lot. It helped me um, define myself and explore and regain myself. So I want to help other people to regain themselves as well. And with my experience at the rock climbing gym as the instructor and worker there, I have seen so many wonders on the climbing walls. And at some point, when you reflect upon yourself, you want to be the voice for people who could not speak out for themselves. Because right now I have the power to do so. So I will. Basically, what I want is for people with mental illness and their friends and allies to know they are not alone. That there are people out there who understand how they feel. And for people without the mental illness experience, to see how terrible it is to be alone in that kind of world.
He's really thoughtful. He's very thoughtful,
No.
very passionate,
No.
very committed,
No. Definitely no. That one is a no.
and very kind.
I don't know.
And these are such good qualities about him, yet he still finds it difficult to hear these things from us. He's humble in that way.